welcome to another edition of Timeshare Consumer News. I'm your host, Nicholas Kurtz. We've been going over a series of steps consumers can take to dispute and eventually get free of their timeshares. This episode will cover steps 6 through 10 of the 15-step process. Step 6. Write a complaint letter to your timeshare company. In your own words, write down a detailed letter explaining to the timeshare company the nature of your complaint. Include all the names of the people you spoke to and explain in detail what has caused you to feel misled or where the company's program was misrepresented. Explain that you feel they did not follow good business practices, and tell the company plainly what you would like them to do to resolve the issue. Also, tell the company how long you're willing to wait for their response before you take things to the next level. Usually 60 days is a reasonable amount of time. This one's important. Include a link to your online video in your letter. This really shows how serious you are about the matter. Finally, send the letter by fax and by priority mail to all the timeshare company's officers, including officers of the parent company if there is one. Step 7. File a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. The more noise you make about the fraud and scams being pulled in the timeshare industry, the harder it is for them to get away with it. Getting the word out also helps keep others from falling victim. Go to bbb.com and find the national offices of your timeshare company. Using material from the story you wrote in Step 1 or your complaint letter, fill out the online complaint form. Make sure to include a link to your online video. You can also check out any info provided by the Better Business Bureau to see if the names of any timeshare company officials are listed. Make sure to send them your complaint as well. Step 8. File a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission. This one is similar to the last step, and it also shows that you really mean business. Head over to the Federal Trade Commission's website, ftc.gov, and fill out the online complaint form. If you're active duty military, use the path for your branch of service. Be sure to include a link to your online video. If you feel they apply, make sure to use the terms fraud and deceptive trade practices. Step 9. File complaints with the Attorneys General. Now, depending on your circumstances, several Attorneys General will be involved with your dispute. For instance, you may have bought your timeshare in South Carolina. While the deed is for property in Maryland, the timeshare company headquarters is in Florida and you live in Pennsylvania. The Attorney General in each state needs to be contacted. Follow the same procedures as in Steps 7 and 8 using online complaint forms if they're available. Again, be sure to include the words fraud and deceptive trade practices if you feel they apply. Step 10. File complaints with real estate licensing commissions. Now, in many states, it's a good idea to complain to the agency that governs the sale of real estate because either a real estate commission governs the timeshare industry in that state or the timeshare salespeople need licenses to sell real estate in that state. Do your research because it varies state by state. States such as Hawaii, Nevada, and California require that timeshare salespeople be licensed in order to sell. In other states, like in Texas, a real estate commission regulates the sale of timeshares, even though salespeople working directly for the developer don't need to be licensed. Many of the websites for these commissions have online forms. Be sure to include a link to your online video for these as well. Well, these 5 steps are all about complaining, but it's like they say, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. These steps are vital to disputing and eventually breaking your contract with the timeshare company. In our next video, we'll be telling you how to complete the process. Remember that it can take several weeks or even months to complete, but it's a process many timeshare owners, just like you, have used successfully to get out of their timeshare agreements. Thanks for watching this edition of Timeshare Consumer News. I'm Nicholas Kurtz. We'll see you next time.